Hello students, welcome to CBSE Class 9 Employability Skills, Part A. In this unit, we will explore communication skills, an essential life skill that helps us express ideas clearly and understand others effectively. In Chapter 2, we focus on the communication cycle. Communication is not just about speaking or writing, it is a continuous process involving different elements working together. The cycle begins with a sender who creates a message. This message is then encoded and sent through a suitable channel such as speech, writing, or digital media. The receiver gets the message and decodes it to understand its meaning. Finally, feedback is given, which completes the communication cycle. Effective communication happens only when the message is clearly understood. That is why reducing barriers like noise, misunderstanding, or lack of attention is very important. Let us now explore each element of the communication cycle in detail. In this chapter, we will explore several important aspects of communication. We will begin with a basic introduction to understand what communication is and why it is essential in our daily lives. Next, we will learn about communication as a two-way process where both the sender and receiver play an active role. We will then discuss the features of effective communication, which help in delivering messages clearly and accurately. Moving ahead, we will understand the importance of communication skills in personal, academic, and professional life. We will also look at the impact of effective communication on our lives and how it influences relationships and success. After that, we will study the elements of the communication cycle, which explain how communication actually takes place step by step. Finally, we will identify the barriers to effective communication and learn how to overcome them. Let's begin our learning journey. Let us begin with the introduction to communication. Communication is the process of sharing or transferring information between two or more people. It helps us connect, express our thoughts, and understand others. It is important to remember that communication is a two-way process. This means it is not just about sending a message, but also about receiving and understanding it. In communication, people exchange not only information, but also ideas, feelings, and opinions. At the same time, they may also create new meanings through interaction. Effective communication leads to mutual understanding, which is essential in our daily life, whether at home, school, or workplace. Now, let us understand communication as a two-way process in a simple way. Communication is not just about speaking or sending a message. It also means making sure that the other person understands what we are saying. For example, when you ask your friend a question, you expect an answer. That answer is called feedback. Without feedback, communication is incomplete. In every communication, there is a sender who gives the message and a receiver who listens or reads it. After understanding, the receiver responds back. This back and forth process makes communication a two-way process. Effective communication happens when the message is clearly understood. If the receiver gets confused, then communication is not successful. So, always remember, good communication is not just about speaking, but also about listening, understanding, and responding properly. Now, let us learn about the features of effective communication. Communication is a meaningful process between a sender and a receiver. For communication to be successful, both should use a common language or code so that the message can be easily understood. The message should always be clear and simple. It should convey the correct meaning without causing confusion. For example, giving short and precise instructions helps others understand better. Another important feature is listening. Communication is not only about speaking, it also requires careful listening. When we listen properly, we understand the message better and can respond correctly. Communication also involves an input and output process. The sender gives input in the form of a message, and the receiver gives output in the form of a response or feedback. So, effective communication always results in a proper response from the receiver, showing that the message has been understood. Now, let us understand the importance of communication skills. Effective communication is essential in every sphere of life, personal, professional, and social. It includes not only speaking and writing, but also visual cues, tone of voice, and body language to make the message clear and appealing. Let us first look at this example. A father planned an urgent trip to his son's home in another state. He sent an email to his son. In the mail, he wrote, "Reach tomorrow," instead of "reaching tomorrow" by mistake. When the father reached his son's home, his daughter-in-law was surprised to see him because the son had already left to visit his father. The daughter-in-law then showed him the email, which said, "Reach tomorrow," instead of "reaching tomorrow." Now, what do we learn from this? This example shows that even a small mistake in communication can create confusion. The message was not clear, so it was misunderstood. Therefore, it is very important to communicate clearly and correctly so that the receiver understands the exact meaning of the message. Now, let us understand what actually went wrong in the example. The three missing letters ing created a big misunderstanding. Instead of understanding that the father was arriving the next day, the son thought that his father was asking him to come the next day. This small mistake completely changed the meaning of the message and led to confusion. This example clearly shows how important it is to send a message correctly, which is called encoding, and to understand it correctly, which is called decoding. If communication is not clear and accurate, it can cause serious problems. It may lead to loss of time, money, and even trust between people. It can also affect relationships in a negative way. So, always remember, clear and accurate communication is very important to avoid misunderstandings. Now, let us understand how effective communication impacts our lives. Effective communication encourages us to actively participate in group discussions and helps in better teamwork. When everyone shares ideas clearly, the group works more smoothly. It also helps in building strong relationships with others, whether it is with friends, family, or teachers. In a team, good communication helps a leader create a common goal and motivates everyone to work together with energy and enthusiasm. It also builds our confidence. When we can express our thoughts clearly, we feel more confident in any situation. Effective communication helps in solving conflicts and misunderstandings in a calm and proper way. It also saves time and reduces stress because messages are clearly understood the first time. Overall, good communication skills help us succeed in both our personal and professional life. Now, let us learn about the elements of the communication cycle. Communication is a dynamic, two-way process, and it includes several important elements. Let us understand them one by one. First is the message. This is the information or idea that we want to share with others. Next is encoding. This means converting the message into words, symbols, or gestures so that it can be communicated. Then comes the sender. The sender is the person who creates and sends the message. After that, we have the communication channel. This is the medium through which the message is sent, such as speaking, writing, or using digital platforms. The next element is the receiver. The receiver is the person who gets the message. Then comes decoding. This means understanding or interpreting the message received. Finally, we have feedback. This is the response given by the receiver, which shows whether the message has been understood or not. All these elements work together to make communication complete and effective. Now, let us understand the communication cycle with the help of this diagram. The process starts with the sender, who wants to share some information. The sender then encodes the message, which means converting the idea into words, symbols, or gestures. This forms the message, which is then sent to the receiver. Next, the receiver decodes the message, that is, tries to understand its meaning. After understanding, the receiver gives a response. This response is known as feedback, which goes back to the sender. This feedback completes the communication cycle and shows whether the message was understood correctly or not. So, communication is not a one-way process, it is a continuous cycle where information flows back and forth between the sender and the receiver. Now, let us understand the first element of the communication cycle, the sender. A sender is a person or a group who has an idea, thought, or information that they want to share with others. The sender is the starting point of communication. Without a sender, communication cannot begin. The sender also decides how to send the message. This depends on different factors like the type of message, the audience, and the situation. For example, we may choose to speak, write, or send a message digitally. In simple words, the sender is the source of the message. In the example we discussed earlier, the father was the sender because he sent the email to his son. Now, let us understand the next element, the message. A message is the idea or information that the sender wants to share with others. It is the main content of communication. The message can be verbal, which means spoken or written words, or nonverbal, such as body language, gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, and tone of voice. For example, when a teacher explains a topic, the words used are verbal communication, while their expressions and gestures are nonverbal communication. In the example we discussed earlier, the message was what the father wanted to convey: reach tomorrow. So, the message is what carries the meaning in communication, and it should always be clear and accurate. Now, let us understand the next element, encoding. Encoding is the process of converting an idea or thought into a message. In simple words, it means putting your thoughts into words, signs, or symbols so that others can understand them. The message can be encoded using spoken words, written text, gestures, or even symbols. It is important that the language or symbols used are clear and understood by both the sender and the receiver. While encoding a message, we should think carefully about what to say, how to say it, and how the receiver might understand it. This helps in avoiding confusion. Encoding also depends on the situation, purpose of communication, and the relationship between the sender and the receiver. In the earlier example, encoding was done when the father wrote the email message. Now, let us understand the next element, the communication channel. A communication channel is the medium through which a message travels from the sender to the receiver. In simple words, it is the way we send our message. Channels can be oral, such as speaking face-to-face or on a phone call, or written, such as letters, messages, or emails. With the advancement of technology, modern channels like video calls, video conferencing, and chats have become very common. Written communication can include text messages, emails, reports, and letters. It is important to choose the right channel based on the situation and the type of message. In the example we discussed earlier, the message was sent through an email, which is a communication channel. Now, let us understand the next element, the receiver. The receiver is the person or group who receives the message sent by the sender. The receiver's main role is to decode, that is, to understand and interpret the message. It is important to remember that communication is successful only when the receiver understands the message correctly. Sometimes, the meaning of communication depends on how the receiver interprets it, not just what the sender intended. If the receiver misunderstands the message, communication becomes ineffective. In the example we discussed earlier, the son was the receiver because he received and interpreted the email. Now, let us understand the next element, decoding. Decoding is the process of understanding or interpreting the message received from the sender. In simple words, it means making sense of what the sender has communicated. For decoding to be easy and correct, the message should be clear and properly worded. If the sender keeps the receiver in mind while sending the message, it becomes easier for the receiver to understand it. For example, the way you talk to your friends is different from how you speak to your teachers or parents. This is because different people may understand messages in different ways. In the example we discussed earlier, decoding was done when the son read and interpreted his father's email. Now, let us understand the final element of the communication cycle, feedback. Feedback is the response given by the receiver after understanding the message. It completes the communication cycle. Without feedback, the sender cannot know whether the message was understood correctly or not. Feedback is also very useful because it helps people improve their behavior and performance. Positive and constructive feedback can motivate people to do better. In the example we discussed earlier, feedback was missing. That is why confusion occurred and the communication cycle was incomplete. If the sender feels that the message was not understood properly, the communication process starts again. The sender may resend or clarify the message. So, feedback is very important because it ensures that communication is clear, complete, and effective. Now, let us understand barriers to effective communication. A barrier is anything that stops or disturbs communication. It prevents the receiver from understanding the message correctly. These barriers can be individual, situational, or environmental. For example, noise, lack of attention, wrong choice of words, or differences in language can create confusion. Because of these barriers, misunderstandings can occur between the sender and the receiver. Barriers also depend on the situation, the purpose of communication, and the relationship between the people communicating. So, to communicate effectively, we must identify and reduce these barriers to ensure the message is clearly understood. Now, let us understand environmental barriers to communication. Environmental barriers are the physical conditions around us that affect communication. For example, if there is too much noise, poor lighting, or uncomfortable seating, it becomes difficult to focus and understand the message properly. Similarly, defective equipment like a faulty microphone or poor internet connection can also disturb communication. Unhygienic or uncomfortable surroundings can distract listeners and reduce their attention. All these factors make communication less effective. So, to ensure clear communication, it is important to have a comfortable and disturbance-free environment. Now, let us understand situational barriers to communication. Situational barriers are caused by certain conditions or situations that disturb communication. Factors like distance, noise, and distractions can interrupt the communication process and make it difficult to understand the message clearly. For example, if there is loud music playing or noise from machines like generators, it becomes hard to hear and focus. Similarly, if people are far away from each other, the message may not be received properly. All these situations create unnecessary disturbance in communication. So, to communicate effectively, we should try to reduce such distractions and choose a suitable environment and situation. Now, let us understand individual barriers to communication. Individual barriers are related to a person's own thoughts, feelings, or abilities that affect communication. First is attitudinal barriers. Factors like age, gender, culture, lack of interest, or personal opinions can influence how a person understands a message. Next is linguistic ability. If a person has difficulty in speaking or does not understand the language properly, it can create confusion in communication. Another barrier is inattention. If the listener is distracted, not interested, or busy thinking about something else, they may not understand the message correctly. Finally, there is the emotional state. If a person is angry, stressed, or upset, they may use wrong words or misunderstand the message. So, individual barriers can strongly affect communication, and we should try to stay attentive, calm, and open minded while communicating. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this lesson helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more educational content. You can download the complete notes from the link given in the description box. Also, join our Telegram channel for study materials and updates, and follow our Instagram page for more educational content. All the links are provided in the description box below. Keep learning and stay connected.